Welcome back, everyone. Oh, wow, that's very, very loud. Let me turn that down. Actually, there. That should be better. Welcome back to more Fire Emblem Three Houses. My name is Zero. Uh, wow, just go ahead and interrupt me. Why don't you, game? In yesterday's video, we went around the monastery and just kind of got more of a mental observation of how the library works, the monastery works, into seeing how it runs with the different facilities and activities we do. This is also technically a rerun because a lot of errors actually came up with the time I initially recorded, so I had to go back and re-record everything again. But we have this one right now, being Ferdinand's birthday. It's just a little event that pops up. You have the choice of giving your characters just flowers for their birthday when you initially start off, and it gets better later on. And with this, we actually have our first mission of, well, the actual first mission. I know how in the previous ones, like, oh, let's just explore this, see how everything goes. Like, nah, it's actually like, first mission and all that. We have access to the armory, the item shop, the utility guild, and the blacksmith. You really don't need any of these right away. The armory doesn't really do anything for you right away. It really doesn't. Because, yeah, you can buy weapons, but all these weapons you can buy really don't help you all that much, at least very early on. But a lot of people would say do this. Just buy either a steel weapon or a silver weapon, raise them up to like the highest one, and then just have that as your default way of attacking. Do know that we will be saving up for the Brave Sword because we can use that right now because of the way I have Byleth right here. Byleth has what? A multitude of different set of skills, and we actually need to change those right now because in the previous episode I bought some of the skills for Byleth because I raised his ability. So stuff like Sword Fair, we would trade for Sword Prowess. We won't need Vantage right away. Change that for that. Alert Stance for Axe Breaker, and Vantage for Authority level 1. And the reason I'm doing this is because it actually helps better long term, I should say, than any of the other skills I could potentially give the characters. Now, I may have raised their levels off screen or not. I actually can't remember because this is like I had to hurry up and power level my thing real quick, so that's why Byleth's stats are actually different than they were before. We actually have battalions as well, so we're gonna just do something real quick. We're just gonna give everyone a battalion. If you're wondering, like, oh, why do they have a bunch of Church of Cerro soldiers? It's because I played through this game so many times that I have them, and you get stuff like this, like, very early on. So it's like, hey, yo, what the frig? You'll just see very early on, so why I'll find it incredibly funny. And you do, early on, just give everyone, like, a basic battalion. You don't need them doing everything else. Just like, oh, Church of Cerro soldiers, and you'll see why. It's just kind of funny later on. Goals, going over this, we already explained it, but, everyone's kind of like this. We have it since the previous level. I'll be changing characters' goals probably in between videos, or when we actually have, like, our first session going on, as you see. No quests, because we already completed them all. Your supports will grow higher. I am tempted to do some of them. Like, for example, say if I want to recruit a character from another house, which we'll get the ability to later on. But you know what? Well, I'll explain it later. But anyways, let's start our actual mission. This will be our mission, Rivalry of the Houses. Formerly a promising young mercenary, you are now the newest professor at the prestigious Officers Academy. Students and faculty alike look on with curiosity as you engage in a mock battle between the school's 3 houses. And roll credits. Kidding. But do you know this? Yeah, I have the one, like this one right here, where you'll probably see I have different stats, but I just do note that I went through this much quicker than I usually do.
It's finally time for the mock battle. This is my chance to measure your worth as an instructor. Do you think you can rise to the challenge?
Did he get right to change? In all honesty, Byleth would probably either say, you can say, make him say either or, like, leave it to me, or I'm concerned. Concerned, like, what, you can say, I'm concerned because, like, I'm concerned about your level of combat capabilities, since you're all just students that haven't had any real combat experience. And then he could probably just say, leave it to me, and then you just pick off, like, the kills, or at least the defeats in this case.
So confident. This will be interesting. Each of us has undergone strict training. We're prepared for anything that comes our way. That means there's no need to hold back. Show us what you're capable of.
Hey there! Did we miss our invite to this strategy meeting? No worries. We'll just join in now.
Simply tell me your weaknesses and you're welcome to stay. But is there enough time to cover them all?
Ah, so you can't win unless you know my weakness. Poor princess. You really should believe in yourself more.
I spare no effort when pursuing victory. As a master of schemes, I should think you would understand.
Schemes? Me? I have no idea what you're talking about. I plan to fight fair and square as ever.
Hearing the words fair and square from Claude can only be a bad omen.
Your Highnesses haven't known me for very long, but you already have me figured out, don't you?
No need to poke fun. I will fight with honor. That said, I will fight to win.
Yes, and the same is true of us. Right, Professor?
Don't go too on. It's like, yeah, that's not something Byleth would say. I don't intend to lose is the real answer.
If that is how you feel, then I will not hold back.
Oh, how precious. Looks like you and the students have become fast friends.
While I am pleased that you are taking the initiative to acquaint yourself with the students, I'm afraid it's about time for the faculty strategy meeting.
Ah, how time flies. In that case, I'll see you later.
Edelgard, Professor, be careful out there.
My thank you so much.
Wow, these are the most deployed units, at least in the early game.
I am grateful.
I wonder why Sylvain. I can understand like the first 5
I have gratitude.
to an extent. I'm wondering why Sylvain's on there. But anyways, now we have the explanation for magic, even though we really gone over it. Magic can provide new means of attack and defense. The unit has the skill and is of an appropriate class. You must equip attack magic in the place of a weapon, but you can also assist magic regardless of your other equipment. All magic has limited uses, but these will replenish at the end of a battle. Magic your unit gains access to turn magic skills, study reason to learn black or dark magic, develop fate to learn white magic. The only thing I don't like about this is that you need to be an appropriate class. Because a lot of people complained, I think when this initially came out, is when people are like, oh, with Hubert, I want to make him into a dark flyer, but like a Wyvern Rider dark flyer, which I think has been, wait, what am I talking about? It has been done like with Fates and other games. It's like, oh yeah, make that, but it's like, no, you need to be an appropriate class, meaning you can only take a writing class, meaning you have to really scale Hubert off a lot in the early game, but anyways, you also have battle preparations. This is to make sure your units just have like very early access and are like ready to go. But we can go to units real quick and we'll see where we're going to deploy. So by default, you have to use Byleth and Edelgard, and that goes for most story chapters. You're going to have to use these two, and for later on, you can just choose who you want. So the thing is, we're gonna take off Ferdinand and we're gonna throw in Bernadetta as our unit user for this fight, because Ferdinand grows on me, but right now I just don't really want to use him because I'd rather have a few range fighters and a healer and like 2 physical fighters that can do most of the grunt work. And since we're professor level A+, because I bought my rank, we can actually show off with adjutants. Adjutants, as you equip them, are basically characters that you can have that can do a variety of different things within a fight. So, for example, since these are all just attack, that's all it is at the beginning. But you have multiple ones where we said in the last episode, you have ones that do a follow-up, you have ones that defend you if you get hit, and you have ones that heal you pretty much, I believe, at the start of turn. And we already don't really have to worry about our inventory because we have all our items. In the previous episode, I got different items, so instead of this time around, I got an elixir and a few other things, but we can go into our item inventory. go and see what we can grab. And we have the accuracy, critical ring, and the goddess ring. I will throw on the critical ring because it's actually one of my favorite items. We're going to take off one of the vulneraries. And by default, your character equips an accessory. You can only equip one accessory, whether that being a shield, a gem, or a ring. But we really don't have a lot of those, so I will just throw on the rings because, well, they're the only items we really have. So we'll throw on the accuracy on Edelgard because, let's be honest, axes have like the worst effects overall, and we'll throw on the goddess ring on Bernadetta. So with that, we'll give this a hard save, and we are going to start this battle. Victory conditions: rout the enemy. Defeat conditions: Byleth or Edelgard falls in battle.
The mock battle is finally here. Will you lead us to victory?
Yes, I will.
I'm sure you already understand, but the house that defeats the other two is declared the winner. Incidentally, I'll be overseeing this mock battle, so listen well if you want to win.
Since this is a practice battle, units who are defeated will not be permanently lost. And that's more of a hard mode. Notice that. Yeah, if you're put into battle, if your character is knocked out in battle that are involved with the church, they usually won't be considered dead. But we have to look at the field. We got Lawrence, Ignatz, Claude, Hilda, Professor Manuela, Professor Hanneman, Mercedes, Dedu, Dimitri, and Ash. Now, your goal really is to focus on Dimitri and Claude, but you also have to take out Manuela, and you have to take out Hanneman. But the whole idea is to round out the enemies, meaning you have to defeat all of them.
Stay focused.
So the first thing to do is that we're going to go into the forest and wait, because Byleth has alert stance, meaning that they get extra avoidance while in the trees, and we already have their extra skills on them. And the smart idea is to have everyone just kind of hang out near Byleth as you go through this, and just hopefully nothing bad happens.
None of your shallow tactics are required, Claude. Ignatz and I will dismantle the opposition.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Me? But I'm not ready.
Are you making light of our new professor? If you drop your guard, you're gonna get hurt.
That's the smartest thing he's ever said.
Can you move to the front lines? I want to lure the enemy this way.
Got it, Your Highness. Leave it to me.
Once you finish preparing, make your move. Dedu, Mercedes, keep our enemy occupied until then. I'm on it.
Oh my. We'll try our best.
You may try your best, but you will still fall. So Ash will move forward, and Lorenz will obviously try to attack. Now, in my practice playthrough, I actually got Byleth to like, what, level 3? Or actually not my practice playthrough, but the one before this. I got Byleth to level 3, and I got pretty good with defensive growths, and Lorenz was actually only going to do 1 and still miss. But we still get to level 3 right here, and as I said before, your growths are pretty much random in how they show up. And not how they show up, but how they are affected. So for example, you saw how our stats grew here, but if you look at our previous episode, our stats may have been higher. But we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to have Inox focus right there. And this is something I actually did different. I actually had Huber right here and Edelgard right here. So I'll move them out of the way and just have Byleth wait, because we'll have everyone try to take their turn and try to take pot shots at everyone.
Well done, Teach. I may have to take this seriously after all.
And that's how you know when Claude is actively going to start getting aggressive, because now he's going to try and attack you more often, and he's actually going to start moving. But what we're going to do is we're going to send Edelgard to Ash, and we're going to use the combat technique, Smash. Now here's the thing.
So strong. Have to do better next time.
Witness my power.
That actually didn't proc last time. What happened last time is that Edelgard got multiple crits. So she did Smash and got a 57 versus what I did originally. But if I do like Wrath Strike here, or grounder or beta monsters, you would get a higher hit rate. But I'm going to use Wrath Strike and weaken Ignots more while using the Iron Bow and using Curve Shot, which is going to guarantee us to kill on Ignots, or in this case, to knock him.
I've lost. The new professor is quite a commander.
Yes, I am! And that's why. And you'll also see that we have what, that's not battalions, but like mastery of our class, so to speak. Here. The commoners, like, once you master some of your classes and get further in, it becomes better and better. I might do that for lower level classes just so we can hurry up and go through them. The idea is that you just do multiple playthroughs and have your character spec into different, like, stupid classes and have them learn off that rather than a few other things. Anyways, we do all this, move closer.
Let's use the forest to set up an ambush. I'm counting on your support, everyone.
Yeah, everyone, all 2 of you.
If we're waiting in the forest, we do well to take a detour.
Yeah, so it says do well to take a detour, but we're really not going to focus on that. We're just going to bring the units closer and closer. And the way I usually do this, or at least it went in our initial video that me and my father did, was that they just came closer and closer. But we're going to use Combat Art, Iron Bow, and we're going to snipe Claude from afar because we really don't want to risk anything else happening. And by that, I really mean we just want the, draw Claude out. Excuse me. When we do that, it's because they'll take the long way around because there's a white picket fence here. And due to the white fence, they actually won't do anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to break the fence. And here's the thing, you get experience off this, which is kind of weird. So do it, that nods what you will, we're just going to attack. And it, like I said, it gives you experience, so you might as well just break it. It's like, look at that. Ah, crap, baskets. That was a terrible idea, but whatever. One. We're gonna heal off Nosferatu because Nosferatu gives us some health back. But that was like a poor idea. Because that usually is not how it's supposed to work, but here we go. We're gonna go, if we go into it with the Iron Sword, we'll win. But say if we want to switch to something else, like say the Iron Axe, we only get 1 hit. But we still get another hit off with the Iron Axe. Choose with it what you will. We're gonna go off with the Iron Sword because we have a higher rate with it. Ugh!
Ouch! Was that really necessary?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
As expected.
And we're actually close to mastery with our class.
I'd like to take it easy.
And what we're going to do is we're going to go in close and hit him with the Nosferatu. So that way we now can get experience, but we can also just, you know, easily do this and finish Claude off with Bernadetta.
I guess hard work does pay off.
Ugh, I hate losing. I guess I'll just have to settle for cheering the others on.
They hate losing. It's more like they just don't... like the way I interpret it is that they just don't want to get seriously injured. So we'll go right here, bait out Manuela. We'll use Vulnerary to heal up with... I shouldn't have done that because I could have used his personal skill just to heal, but whatever. And we'll keep everyone within relatively close proximity to Byleth. And there we go, we mastered the class for Commoner, and that's HP plus 5.
Exhausted this time.
And it's actually very good because it's just a very good health boost early on. It's like, oh yeah, plus 5 HP, that's good, that's awesome, let's roll with it. Let's see, we're gonna go with the training sword and actually do damage, yeah! And it does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, because we want to get mastery up for the students as fast as possible. Because mastering the lower level classes is actually much faster than you would think.
Whoa, did I get stronger?
So just having them in combat as much as possible is the good idea. So we're just going to finish this up. Bam!
Well done. I nearly wound up a patient in my own infirmary.
Hardly worth my time.
Jeez, man, you didn't have to insult her like that.
So, you've made it past Manuela, eh? I see now I must focus and then make my move.
Man, just all out with the insults. But then again, Hubert looks like the person who would just insult you for no reason. So
Beautiful
now...
work, Professor. But the true challenge starts now.
And yeah, so Dimitri, Dedu, and Mercedes will actually... Unless you get into their range, they won't attack you. They won't even really move. But they will get closer the further the fight goes on. So if you just take out this side first, in this case for us it was the golden deer, by taking them out first, that's when it will trigger Dimitri, Dedu, and Mercedes to get closer, with Hatterman just staying in his place. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw Byleth right here, like we usually do, just throw Byleth into the thick of things because they have the most amount of avoidance out of the entire party. And just have everyone wait, and they'll go in for the attack right here, them moving ever so closer. With quick riposte, we deal a lot of damage to Dedu, almost taking them out.
Watch and learn.
And we avoid the hit from Mercedes. So what we're going to do is we're going to use magic and take out Dedu right here. Bam!
Apologies, Your Highness. I can go no further.
For Lady Edelgard.
And you just have to be very careful with how you approach things. For like right here, we're actually going to use our first gambit, and that's actually kind of difficult because for the gambit, you want to have a lot of units kind of close to you when you're using the gambit. So what we're going to do here, oh, we can't even use that, wow. So we're going to just risk the gambit right here. Yeah, look at that, it has 50% chance because this guy right here is actually going to go after us. But what we're going to do is we're going to attack with the Iron Sword and weaken Mercedes and Byleth Garros to level 4.
Such power dwells within.
Yeah, like the growth rate on that was actually pretty nice. So we get, oh wow, we can only go right here? Oh wow, yeah, there's not a lot of movement on this. So we're just going to leave everything like that. I probably should have healed, even though we really don't need to. It's just so we can get experience with Linhardt. But here
You're
he
a tough
goes.
opponent, but I refuse to yield. Do not fool yourself into believing I will hold back.
Ooh, wow, he actually got the hit, but it don't matter because we got the crit! Taking him out in one hit. Like, it's actually ridiculous, well. That even, like, Petra got a grow, actually was able to level up. I believe she mastered her skills for Commoner because she was paired up with us as an
My
Auditor.
understanding has completion.
My training was insufficient. I'm so sorry.
It's like, don't hold back. All
Rest is
right,
up to you.
bet. And she'll actually attack Hubert, and Hubert will get level post, but actually doesn't. And he'll level up, but he didn't do anything, unfortunately. He didn't get the kill.
This strength will serve Lady Edelgard well.
Sure it will. But here's what I would typically do. Here's like I do now. Like, we're not going to attack, we're going to assist, we're going to heal up Hubert, so we can get the heal further on with Linhardt, and just kind of sort of passively build it. And I can't check their class mastery at this point, which sucks. But we're going to try, and with the Iron Axe and that, we get the kill. But I actually want Hubert to get more out of everything we got.
This is as far as I can go.
And that's the thing, like, if they're right next to Byleth with their passive skill, multiply this unit's and adjacent allies experience earned by 1.2. So if we have multiple allies just like near Byleth trying to buff everything, it actually becomes better. So next turn we'll put Edelgard above Byleth, like right here, and we'll have Linhardt heal Edelgard because now he gains 0.2 more experience. And we'll do this, put Byleth right there, and have their avoidance raised, and put everyone closer, and by that I mean just Bernadette real. Do know this. Low crit rates do not mean that they can't crit, because I have seen it happen where it's like if it's not 100% accurate, it's 0% accurate, and if it's whatever I'm blanking on it. But yeah, we're just trying to get as much experience as on everyone as possible. Curve shot, bam, and that helps do more. We're gonna do this. Use miasma because he can't crit us, and the whole experience is that we want everyone to get as much experience as possible, because your avatar character is just going to be as powerful as they get. So what you want to do is that you want to have it to where everyone else is kind of like just gaining experience. So in this case, we're going to have, we will have, Edelgard get the final hit on Hannerman. Wow.
My goodness. The leadership of someone with actual battle experience is, well, I was as good as useless.
Failure is not an option.
Yeah, and she said, like, in my other runs, I had, with my other characters, like, Edelgard, everyone was, like, leveling up really quickly, but I couldn't do that in this run because, unfortunately, I just had to hurry up and run through it. And for this, we received an intermediate.
All right, that's that. The winner of this mock battle is the Black Eagle House.
Even though it was just a mock battle, we defeated both houses masterfully. Take pride in this victory, everyone.
Yeah, I actually think I got more HP off this run than I did on Alex. But more often than not, you want Byleth to be the one who gets the MVP count, because by doing so, it increases everyone else's motivation, even though it only increases it by one stage. Connecting. What are you connecting to? But whatever. I actually did that off screen like I said it would. Anyways, that will actually be it for me this Pyro Run. My name is Zero, and I'll catch you all later.
Excellent work today, Professor. Though our victory should come as no surprise. Yes, it was. Further proof that you're well qualified to guide the Black Eagles.
That was impressing, Professor. I mean, impressive. We gained a victory because of your great leadership.
We certainly did. We all tried our best, of course, but we couldn't have won without you.
I was curious what it would look like if you did not hold back, and you did not disappoint.
I dare say we owe our victory to Lady Edelgard.
How so? For that battle, she was only a soldier following our professor's command. Sure, she was an incredibly powerful soldier.
Don't worry about it too much, Linhart. All that matters is that we won.
I'm all done with being on the battlefield, okay? I'd rather stay back than pursue victory out there.
You were all as ridiculous as always. We only managed to win because we worked together. Was it something I said? Is it so odd, me talking about togetherness? If so, that perception must change. In fact, I'm canceling the festivities so we can discuss this topic further. I'm kidding, of course. Come on, everyone. We've earned this celebration.
Your work with the students was remarkable. I can see Geralt trained you well. I do hope you were able to use the occasion to bond with the students. I'm so happy to hear it. Nothing would please me more than if you used this coming year to grow closer still.
Of course, the mock battle was mere practice. The real fight is the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, which will take place during the Wyvern Moon. You are expected to properly train your students so as not to humiliate the Academy during the long-held tradition that is the coming battle.
As for today, I have called you here to tell you of your mission for the month ahead. Your class is to dispose of some bandits causing trouble nearby.
Those affiliated with Garreg-Mach Monastery have a moral obligation to help those in need, regardless of social standing. Students are no exception. Each month before the newly birthed moon departs, each house of students must complete their assigned mission. You shall work to complete the task at hand alongside your students and report back to the Archbishop before the deadline. Understood? I will soon provide you with the necessary details for your first mission. If I told you now, I expect you would only forget, and I despise repeating myself.
I can sense something special within your heart. I have high hopes for you.
Bandits, they say. Do you recall when we first met? You shall not fall so shamelessly again, correct? Have you no words for me? Do not tell me that you are shocked to hear from me. You ought to know that I am always with you now. To hear my voice should not come as a shock.
What is this nonsense? All I was told was to kill as many noble pipsqueaks as possible. No one said anything about the Knights of Dan Saros being on our trail.
You have proven yourself worthless, distracted by something so trivial. I had hoped you would achieve your goal despite the setback. But now a child of the Knight's former captain is in play. How interesting.
Hey, this isn't what I agreed to!
Hiring a mercenary as a professor. What was that woman thinking?
Are you listening to me? How do we finish this?
You die.
What?
Underestimating the Knights was an amateur mistake. One you will pay for. The road to eternal torment awaits you all. Now I must locate your replacements.
Wait! Get back here! Damn you!